Welcome to Wisconsin, America's dairyland, with nearly 35 million rolling acres. Diverse in its resources and landscape, Wisconsin has over 68,000 farms and over 15 million acres in agricultural production. These farmers contribute to the state being #1 in the country for American cheddar and total cheese production, dry whey for human consumption, milk goat inventory, corn harvested for silage, cranberry production, and more. In 1 year, Wisconsin cows produce 14% of the nation's milk supply.
Abundant with conservation-minded farmers who strive for healthy natural resources, Wisconsin is proud to have record production numbers in corn for grain yields, bushels of soybeans, and barrels of cranberries per acre. Wisconsin farmers are leaders and are committed to producing quality produce and products. The USDA Natural Resources Conservation Service, or NRCS, is committed to helping our Wisconsin farmers and landowners meet their economic goals and help them boost agricultural productivity while also caring for the land and protecting our natural resources through conservation.
We are helping farmers and landowners make sound choices to ensure healthy land and water for everyone. Through voluntary incentive-based programs, NRCS works directly with farmers and landowners to offer technical expertise and financial resources to make conservation work on private lands. The system of practices we promote helps improve operations, reduce the cost of production, and conserve our natural resources for the future.
Our agency began as a soil erosion service in 1933, during a time of hardship when the very soil that put food on our tables was virtually blowing in the wind. It took only 70 years from the time of the first infusion of settlers to the early 1930s for traditional farming methods to reduce the land around Coon Creek, Wisconsin, and elsewhere in the state from pristine to the brink of agricultural uselessness. The land and water suffered and topsoil washed into gullies. Erosion was such a serious problem in the Dust Bowl era, it awakened the nation to heed the message of a man named Hugh Hammond Bennett, the director of the USDA Soil Erosion Service. Hammond's main message was the urgent need to save our soil. We began to realize then, we must not ever forget, how the protection of our soil and water is the foundation of the health and wealth of our country.
Wisconsin became the home of the first erosion control demonstration project in the country, known as the wildly successful Coon Creek Watershed Project in Vernon County. The area was 22 miles long, 9 miles wide, and 92,000 acres over 3 counties. In the first year, over 40,000 acres were enrolled. The watershed outlet fed directly into the Mississippi River, so we had an opportunity to positively affect water quality. The science and art of soil conservation to protect our land, water, food, and nation was born.
The first erosion control demonstration project led to the start of a conservation ethic that spread across the country. Farmers learned and saw firsthand conservation practices that slowed erosion, improved fertility, and soil organic matter. Agriculture in the Coon Creek area was revitalized, and this project set the standard for the future success of conservation.
Thanks to the vision of our early conservation leaders, our prosperity as a nation aware of conservation is flourishing. The conservation legacy in Wisconsin from our Coon Creek watershed beginnings led to today's establishment and success of the USDA Natural Resources Conservation Service.
NRCS in Wisconsin is committed to helping private landowners care for the land, use it productively, and excel as stewards for the future. Wisconsin's working lands produce food and fiber, clean air and water, wildlife, and healthy soil. Farming using conservation practices can be one of the most environmentally compatible uses of the land.
Wisconsin NRCS has 55 service centers across the state, including over 200 employees to provide customer service to farmers and landowners at the local level. We can help you make improvements that are good for your land and the environment. We start with a conservation plan, a roadmap of how voluntary conservation can work for your unique operation. We partner with you, visit your farm, discuss your land, address resource concerns you may have, and discuss what conservation practices would be a good fit according to your farm's unique needs and goals.
NRCS work is made possible by the Farm Bill and is delivered through conservation programs, such as the Environmental Quality Incentives Program, or EQIP. Our programs are built for different landowner needs so that we can provide the best customer service possible here at the local level. All our plans offer unique conservation practices to address many different resource concerns. EQIP alone has over 100 different practices for landowners to apply for on their farm.
Through NRCS programs, we're fueling the development of new and exciting tools and technologies, helping farmers improve their agricultural and conservation outcomes. Each program meets the needs of our diverse farming populations. We can help you find which programs best fit your individual needs. You can try cover crops, install grassed waterways, plan nutrient management, transition to organic, increase your farm's energy efficiency, and much more.
I'm Deirdre Birmingham of the Cider Farm in Mineral Point, Wisconsin. Conservation is very important to us. We knew when we bought land that we were going to farm it organically because of our land stewardship ethic. We've used the pollinator habitat program. We've also used the EQIP program for hoop houses. So when you know your farming goals, you can meet with the NRCS to see what aspects of that program might work to help you improve the natural resources that achieving those goals will need. I'm very grateful that there is an agency like the NRCS that I can turn to. Healthy soil yields healthy plants, yielding healthy livestock and healthy people. It all works together, it all makes sense.
We're here at Mary Dirty Face Farm near Menominee, Wisconsin. We chose to partner with NRCS because we had a few pasture sections that we had fenced off. We got some help with a grazing plan and some improvements, more fencing and a water line. Made the operation a little bit better, being able to fully utilize our pasture we had available. Since we've implemented the conservation practices, we've been able to more efficiently move the cattle through some paddocks that were just a little bit too large. Since we've subdivided those into smaller sections, that's really allowed us to manage the vegetation a little bit better, and it's just overall a more enjoyable and efficient experience. Conservation is important to us. It just makes you feel good to look at the land and see how it's being managed. It's just nice to see the cattle eating the grass, as well as leaving a nice habitat for all the birds, other animals that kind of make use of the pasture after the cattle go through.
My name is TRACY VINZ. My farm is Olden Organics and we're located in Ripon, Wisconsin. With the help of NRCS, I've installed 2 high tunnels. We have a wildlife scrape. We have installed permanent waterways. Conservation is very important to my husband and I. We're the 4th generation to own it on my husband's side of the family. It's been in the farm for over 107 years, and we want to make sure that it's around for generations to come. We want to protect the environment. We love seeing the wildlife out here, and we just want to enrich the farm that we call home.
NRCS invests an average of $8 million every day of the year into conservation systems that help producers stay profitable and productive. It translates into more conservation on the land because we can offer producers not only personalized advice from expert conservationists, but also that means to make those recommendations happen if the producer chooses to move forward with us. This assistance helps keep working lands working while boosting rural economies to improve the health of our air, water, soil, and habitat. Stop into your local USDA service center today to get started.
NRCS provides technical assistance to all producers and financial assistance to qualified applicants who are interested in installing conservation practices on their fields, pastures, and forests. NRCS accepts applications for conservation financial assistance programs year-round. Applications are assessed by local resource concerns, the amount of conservation benefits the improvements will provide, and the needs of the individual applicants. NRCS also provides targeted assistance for funding incentives for underserved communities like socially disadvantaged and limited resource farmers, beginning farmers, veterans, and tribes.
I'm Derek Vandehei. We're here at New Horizons Dairy in De Pere, Wisconsin. NRCS and I have partnered to implement grass waterways and also doing cover crops and no-till. They have helped us get more information on what we can be doing to do a better job so that we can do it better for the environment and also make it easier for ourselves. Conservation is important to us because we are outdoorsmen and we like to hunt and fish. Anything that we can do to help the environment so that we can enjoy those activities as well as everybody else, for us that's something that's important.
Healthy soils is the foundation of agriculture. By using proven soil health practice and systems like no-till, cover crops, and diversifying rotation, producers are increasing the health of their soil and reducing the need for expensive inputs like nutrients and pesticides.
We're working with producers to ensure the 4 basic principles of soil health are at the forefront. Minimize disturbance, keep soil covered, energize the soil with plant diversity, and maximize living roots. On average, farmers practicing continuous conventional till use just over 6 gallons of diesel fuel per acre each year. Continuous no-till requires less than 2 gallons per acre. No-till has significant economic benefits beyond reduced fuel usage also. A farmer who plows 15 acres per hour, for instance, would save roughly 67 hours of work with each eliminated pass over a 1,000-acre field by adopting no-till. Depending on labor costs and equipment maintenance, that's an additional several $1,000s saved each year. We want to work directly with local farmers to help them implement conservation that's good for the environment and good for their farm's economics too.
The work NRCS does would not be possible without partnerships like the Farm Bill Biologist Partnership between Pheasants Forever, NRCS, and the Wisconsin Department of Natural Resources. Partnerships across industries and agencies across the public and private sector will continue to be critical to delivering results for farmers, for conservation, and for the residents of the state of Wisconsin. NRCS local working groups are a great way for farmers and partners to get involved, gather input, and help set priorities for conservation programs under the Farm Bill in your individual counties. Meetings are held once a year. Find out more by going to the NRCS Wisconsin website and learn about joining your local working group.
A farmer's livelihood is tied to the earth. Helping their operations means helping rural economies and rural communities, while also making a real difference in people's day-to-day lives. Partnering Wisconsin farmers, landowners, and foresters are among our finest conservationists. They understand better than anyone that clean water, clean air, and healthy soil are the raw materials for sustainable agricultural production.
NRCS will continue to support our customers in efforts helping to ensure the long-term sustainability of Wisconsin agriculture. As we look to the future, we see a changing world ahead of us. NRCS, in direct partnership with farmers and landowners, is ready to face the challenges and help our communities conserve the natural resources we all enjoy. Visit our website to learn more about how we can partner to make conservation work for you.
Nosotros ayudamos a todas las personas a conservar y proteger la tierra.
We're helping all people help the land, one farm partnership at a time. Join us in the effort.